Yo, what is up, everybody? Welcome back here today. We are hopping on for a short leveling sprint as we are cooking some ribs. We got some ribs lined up for the birthday dinner tonight. Noble, welcome in. Good to see you. Hope you're having a great day. And I thought I would hop on as we're waiting for those to cook and getting things ready for the small gathering tonight. So everything is set, you know. We got beers on ice. We've got food cooking away. We got some time here to kill. Do Azoth staff. Fishing pole upgrade maybe. 320. Worse than my current. But some better perks. So we'll go for rarity here. Get rid of the other one. And of course that upgrades there. What about chat here? NA East Arctica Covenant Killer Reborn Company. Good deal there. Let's pin that sucker. And we've got a map upgrade here. Brightwood, gathering, storage, all the good stuff. How am I liking New World? Didn't get the X Pack when it came out originally, but thought about trying it out. Yeah, I just picked up the X Pack yesterday. The game is pretty much the same. Little more, you know, polish, quality of life upgrades. The mounts are actually implemented super well. They look janky when you're viewing someone else ride by, but your over-the-shoulder view and your traveling on mounts, really well done, in my opinion. Recall here. I haven't gotten into any of the content in the Elysian Wilds, the Brimstone Sands, any of the new stuff outside of the main release of the game will all be new. The relevel revamp of the storyline, it could have just been squished and pretty much deleted from the game, to be honest. It's the same thing for 60 levels. No change. You're going around the map, like, helping 3 different groups out, 3 different main NPCs, and I don't think it was an improvement or even necessary for them to spend resources and time redoing this. The old one sucked. The story sucked. The new one sucks. The story sucks. There's no... It's just a bunch of buttons and these little 2D, you know, comics. Like, nobody cares. People want to shoot things, kill things, gather, level up, have fun. PvP, hop in and out, like, it adds nothing to the game. Some people are saying that they enjoy it. I really don't know how you could. Hearthwood was in here, another viewer trying to explain the Egyptian Alexander the Great pirate storyline, and it's just a mess. Amazon has no idea what they're doing with character generation, cosmetics, stores. It's just trash. Poor gameplay, pretty good still. Combat was stellar to begin with. Clean, responsive. It's gotten better. There's less bugging. There's no ammo for the range weapons, which is huge. You've got little boosts that you can create through honing stones, food buffs, which those were pretty standard, I believe, to begin with. Got a hat upgrade, nice. And we'll retain those boosts as we move into later through the story here, but I'm enjoying the process again because it had been so long. I know a couple people who have redone fresh servers, and they're very unhappy with this new release. They want the rewards that were part of this event or this junction to console, and you essentially have to re-roll a character in order to get them. While they might just be cosmetics and, you know, small things, I think it's a big FU to the PC community who have been in the game for a long time. They should just get those baseline, you know, or maybe junction it with the DLC because it's comboed in the base game for console now. So, like, if you fully upgraded the PC version, then cool, you get all of the things, just like the console players are getting right now. Instead, it's fractured, and you have to re-roll a fresh character, level them up, make it to the, make it through the new story and everything in order to get that. So they're really making some missteps with the PC community, but again, the game will be determined based on the console players, not so much the returning PC players. But from a standpoint of I haven't done, you know, this type of gaming in a while, as far as like action combat, tab targeting, aiming, active abilities, like it's fun, it's refreshing. But I could see where if you had just done this when they released fresh servers, trying to revive the PC game, that it would be the same thing without much addition until you get to the late game, which I think there's a new area with cutlass keys for this zone is the new free-for-all PvP zone, and that's the only addition to the game. So I'm actually pumped to play through the expansion, move into endgame, and just play with some buddies. We're a bit underleveled here for this zone, it would seem. We're running out of XP through just doing the MSQ. But we've got a bit of setup here in our build, so I think we'll be okay. With continuing here, even against these mobs that are a bit over leveled. But yeah, as far as like telling someone to return, I have no idea if it would be a good idea worth their time. Not yet, at least. I was getting a little burnt out by the main story last night, just redoing that over and over and over. But what do we have here? Map upgrades again. House ownership. I think some people are taking the XP boost in zones, and I'm going to avoid doing that because we're going to lose out on some gathering bonuses for max level. And all of these zones feel like there's a ton of XP contained within them. Obviously, I've made it through 3 so far, and I've only lost about 4 levels of XP here. But yeah, I'll let you know as we keep going here what I think of the game at max level. I know that it's kind of a trip if you want to make it all the way there. But for a new player, I feel like the problems that we initially had with buggy quests, gearing, getting stuck behind dungeons, all of that stuff is rectified. So that's good. I mean, We were stuck at like 40 for 2 weeks waiting on them to fix up the first dungeon. Couldn't advance through the main story. After you completed the dungeon, it got bugged, and that's all fixed. Even though they removed the dungeon from the main storyline, I guess that's a fix. You no longer have to do dungeon content. So it's just quests. I suppose I could be doing that type of stuff for the extra XP, but
it was not difficult to convince the villagers here to drink the mushroom concoction. Though I did leave out the fact that they were gathered from the ruins. Whether the serum is effective remains to be seen.
how did you like the game originally, Noble? Like what really made you quit? The gameplay or the lack of players? I feel like for me, it was never about the gameplay being all that horrible. It was just I ran out of stuff to do. And the people who I played with also felt like there were other games they wanted to play. So it just kind of like died. There wasn't anything where I like got on one day and was like, I'm not logging in anymore. It's kind of just like something else got in my face and I didn't feel compelled to log in because it was like, go and do the same dungeon or whatever. And you didn't get any rewards at the end of the week or something. I think the merge of my server when we owned everything and they were like, yeah, all of the work that you guys put in, all of the money into a zone, all of the strategy, fun, whatever, was just going to be rolled into someone else's server where you were a nothing, was really the nail in the coffin for us. And they were like, the governor was going to get like 50K back or maybe 5,000. I don't know how much it cost originally. It was something like a fractional amount of what we caught or paid for the original territory for. So that was just like completely a big spit in our faces in a way. What's this? Gotta range them. This is nice at least that you can complete some of this progress with a ranged weapon. Not all like run up and activate something.
That is why we fight.
Yeah, enjoyed the leveling in professions. The game died for you when you hit max. Finding groups for dungeons was near impossible. Okay. I gotcha. Gonna have a tough time here, I believe. Fighting these 3 targets. Gonna land our bleeds well. Oh, and we got an instant respawn on this ghost. So that sucks. Kind of got a buddy here holding most of the aggro. There we go. I never really had a problem finding groups. It's because we had a pretty sizable company, but that's the only way you can play, really. And that kind of stinks for solo players or people who don't want to invest in the like time investment that it takes to be in a company, because a lot of them are like, you need to participate in wars, you need to do this and do these many activities each week. A lot of people are like, no, I want to log in and do a dungeon and have fun. If you don't want a PvP, it's almost like you don't have those players, because it was pretty limited in the player count. Let's see if we get some upgrades here. Yes, yes, no. And Void Gauntlet. Void Gauntlet. Spear. The same. Damage against crowd control. Convert damage to void. Light and heavy. Inflicts bleed. We'll take bleed. And away to the bridge. And we're 33. It does seem like we're moving up in level pretty quickly. Rael was in here saying that last night, that 33 to 34, you kind of get a big boost. Critical strike, 15% more base damage. Cooldown reduction on bleed. I think we want more in grace. Maybe a couple points in this Tondo. Or we could just go for the full evade. But I feel like the bleed's better in PvE for the moment. Gain in power. Unsuccessful. Oh, whatever. Too late. I was going to say, do we want that? Because it's not super blanket boost. We've got some passives that are like, you know, while you're doing damage to X target, 30% health or less or something. That would be more of a blanket passive we would want. Follow the trail of wisps. Still doing enough damage for single target, which is pretty good. Get our tag here. I've actually not touched any of the professions yet. I used a couple like journals, which are new, that give you profession experience. Thus far. But I'm waiting, I think, until max level to do that because you get the better tools and bonuses and stuff unlocked. You can use like a kind of like a potion that gives you more yield. So might as well, while you're leveling, also get better yield on gathering.
Strategically placed to ward away some danger. Almost certainly.
Well, no. Well, no.
At last! I found one of the ancient devices on top of the bridge. So, did you find?
Hope to.
Okay, so down to the main city here then for weavers. Make that our new home. Little paper here for some XP. Yeah, we'll see what ends up happening with endgame, whether I want to continue or not. Just because it's hard to balance a bunch of different games. But I guess there's a lot of time in WoW now with the content kind of slowing down. As long as I can get my seasonal stuff done, I could, you know, potentially just play on my main. I'm going to see if your server had space for you to drop a tune on. Yeah, I think it opened back up a few days after it locked up after release, so I think we're good now. I think a lot of people came back and quit already. And then, yeah, we're playing yellow, which we never have played before. And the map seems to be holding with a good mix of yellow, green, purple. So at least there'll be some... Looks like purple and yellow are doing pretty well. Green's holding a couple territories, but in a bit of a WoW rut with Endgame. Excited for Hallow's End, but that really is it. And the 20th anniversary. Yeah, I'm going to get into that stuff. And the Endgame is kind of tough right now, to be honest. And it doesn't incentivize you to play more than a few hours a week, with the delves giving the most efficient gear. So raid's okay, but like not everyone's into that. So the mythic situation is a mess. Oh yeah, I wanted to view the inn here. Check in. Is it here? No, this is like the tavern. Oh, it's sending me there. Awesome. So I see where you're coming from with that. That's why I've been really leveling alts and working on their big, like, weekly activities, because it's just more effective than spending time on my mage, grinding out mythics, maybe completing a dungeon, not getting a gear up, and generally just having a more frustrating time, you know. But at least we've got a few more people in stream, and they're gearing up, so probably have a good mythic group at least to do a bit of grinding, get to that 2500 IO. So
I thought the crow she gave me.
bit more main story here. Usually push keys as your endgame fun, but this X-Pack killed it for me so far. Chat's really coming through for WoW groups. Yeah. Just in general, you know, like having people that are invested in the game is nice. And yeah, we'll get to it. I don't really think there's a rush, you know. Once we start looting out all of our set bonus from Catalyst, I think in the next 3 weeks, probably right after the anniversary event, where you would get through it based on rewards, you will be able to get full set bonus from Catalyst, and at that point, then it's like kind of time to really push, in my opinion, because you can come to those bonuses a lot easier. And I'm getting crushed health-wise. A bit of kiting here. I don't have my healing bonus on, that's why. Or weapon bonus. Eat a stun, bitch boy. Oh, thanks for the heals, man. Now we can just fully go for kills here. Forget all these ghosts. Let's just run through it if we can. Weapon mastery, musket. Reduce all cooldowns. Well, that's pretty good. 2 headshots. Halves reload. Base damage. I think the burn damage is going to be a bit more powerful since we're not sticking to musket all that often with the solo play. You know, once we get like a tank or something, or just another melee in range, it'll be easier to use musket more. Right now, these guys are kind of in my mouth. Oh. It killed the mob that I need. Just level up here while we wait. Oh, here he is. Oh Oh, don't pull the ghoul.
I'm impressed you made it this far. Most don't.
Well, that's
Okay. New battle axe. Got a repeat here of a weapon. Sword. He's in Arctica now. Nice. Are you just noble? There he is. I didn't mean to invite to group if that happened. I meant to add friend. Oh, and then, yeah, we can give you a company invite if I have privileges. Let's see. Oh, you got to pick your faction first. Okay. So level 25 or something. If you feel like playing, of course. See how all that goes. Yeah, we've got quite a few people so far. Probably about 10, 12 that are... At least they've made characters. I can't really speak to who's all at max level. Maybe 5 of them are at max level, but... Luckily, I'm not running into like respawn time issues or anything moving through this MSQ, so it's actually refreshing to not be competing for mobs and stuff. Doesn't seem to be too big of a deal here. Shouldn't take too long. I think you hit 10 in a couple hours the other night, just messing around. Yeah. Definitely wasn't long. Okay. Destroy 7 of these little things. Wherever they're at. Oh, of course, we get more mob aggro. Dip back here. I feel like the camera has like some mixed quality on these houses. Being able to see stuff as it maneuvers with the walls. I don't know. Not the ghoul. Pretty much want to target these anchors. Had your camera get locked in a weird spot a few times after cutscenes. Ooh. Probably the worst. I do love this look. It's like the basic horse. Got a nice looking hat. In the spooky world. It's good for Halloween. Right, and now we need one more, and we'll clean up mobs. Over in that region. Just need 4 more kills on them. See, I think by the end of this leveling process, I'll have about 1,000 hours in New World. And at that point, we'll know, you know. We'll know whether it was a good game or not. I think I can tell right now with the 800 that I have in, but I'm okay with playing as long as I got buddies playing with me. Doesn't really matter if the game is that great or not. All right, now we'll just get a couple mobs done, and that should be that quest. Mask of the Ranger. Upgraded shield. Upgraded musket. Upgraded sword. And we should be good then. Just toss on some new gear. Find some mobs to kill. That's not what I wanted. Oh. Hello, dude. When should you pick up X-Pack for mount? 20 is when you can do the quest for it. Level 20. So yeah, maybe get through to like 25 or so. I think I bought it at 22 or something because I figured I would continue playing.
This miserable Fen is a place I would not wish on my worst enemy. Come away and join me in brighter lands.
Let's go off to the left here, and then you can like level up your riding skill over time too. So the base mount that you're seeing is not the full version. Which they have like the dragon riding type races, kind of like an equivalent where you can do those daily to get, maybe not daily, maybe like around the map to get riding skill. And then there's a daily food that you can craft to feed your mount for riding skill, which probably is the better way to level up because you can just trade post it, or at least the mats for it. Not have to play mini games, you know? Unless that's your jam. Some people like that. Right. Well, I got to 35 here. I'm going to turn in this quest, and probably going to be it for me. I'm going to head back and get these
Moreover,
ribs done, get the meal and everything going for tonight. So I do thank you for tuning in here, Noble, with the short little amount of time we're spending here in New World. Look at that, 36. I was only planning on getting to 35 in the midday today, and we are one ahead.
Eternal
Beautiful.
secrets call to us.
Tonight, I think we got to play some WoW. Might be on a bit later,
It's far. Wait.
depending on the family schedule and stuff, but we will be back tonight for streaming, gaming, and the good stuff. So I'm going to return to town here. That will be our last activity. Sounds good. Should be good by the next stream. Awesome. Yeah, I'll hit you with a company invite, and I think I shared the Discord in my main Discord for the company, but I'll have to check back. But feel free to check that out once you're 25, and maybe you'll have some people playing, people to join up with. And yeah, I mean, don't feel the need to play, but if you're interested, we'll have a small group of pals to hop on with, and maybe we'll get to the end game and actually have some groups and stuff.
I'm still digesting.
All right. I am out for now. We'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care of yourselves and enjoy the